you can get a lot done without any equipment when you're in the pool. When it comes to upper body, you just using the resistance of the water, doing like flies. So for any of you that don't know, like flies are like a big bear hug movement back and forth. And then say that you want to get the back into it too. Not only can you do the bear hugs forward, but you can push back, like when you're reaching to open up your chest, get your hands really wide. When you're reaching back there, do it fast. And that way you get work on the back end too. And that's one way you could do, like, pretty much you're mimicking a chest fly and a reverse fly back and forth, 2-for-1 combo, getting a lot of work done in a little bit of time. And that's going to send your heart rate through the roof. Okay, let's get this party started before the phone overheats. It is hot. HAWT, hot. 95, Jesus. Gotta love Jersey. The land of extreme cold, the land of extreme hot. I know there's people in Minnesota, Arizona, Florida that are like, shut up. But when you just can't get used to one temperature, this sucks. Anyway, welcome to the weekly drive. And I can't even think today. That's how hot it is. Okay, a nice, easy morning of training clients. Should be fresh, but man, let's get a reset. Okay, you are now on the weekly drive. Congratulations, you made it. Okay, hopefully I'm catching you early in the week. Hopefully it'll give you some good ideas for some workouts this week, because today we're going to be talking all about workouts. So hopefully you'll have one or two that you could try out and actually take advantage of this hot ass weather. Okay, there is a whole point to my bitching about the weather, because today is going to be all about how to get a good workout in and enjoy the fact that it is warm out and the fact that we can get outside, get moving, get that vitamin D kick, and get to work. So before we get into that, I hope everybody's having an awesome summer so far. But if you'd like to take it up a notch, okay, there is going to be another challenge right around the corner. Okay, just like I told you last time, it's going to be sometime in August, maybe beginning, maybe the end, who knows? The only way you're going to know is if you're on the email list. So go ahead, if you want to get first dibs at that challenge, go ahead, sign up at coachfitz.com, coachfitz.com for the email list. And on top of that, I got a little project in the works right now, the 30 workouts that you can do in 30 minutes or less that you can also do outside. Well, most of them at least. So if you want to be on the list to get those as soon as they come out, go ahead and sign up. But without further ado, let's get started, because I can't think of any more updates. So the topic today is all about outside workouts and what you could do to have a little fun this summer, change it up a little bit, make sure your workouts aren't as boring, because honestly, I'd never really thought of this. Like, I've always been that type of person, that type of trainer that's like, all right, everybody needs to use the gym. All you need is cables, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, and that's all I'm going to write a program for. And then I had a couple clients that are like, this is boring. Give me something else. And the creative process started. Okay, so thank you to Kathy. Okay, Kathy B. I won't give away the last name, but she inspired me to get out of the gym and get moving. And actually, one of my clients, Peter, he came up with the great idea of doing workouts while doing his hikes, because I noticed he would get the cardio component in all the time. He'd go for his hikes, he'd go for his walks, and he was on the money, didn't miss a day. And I'm like, hey, why don't we just combine these? Like, why don't we just do the workout while you're walking? And it worked out great. And then when Kathy started saying, these suck, I don't want to be in the gym, I hate it in the gym. Well, guess what? We're going outside and we're going to do Peter's workouts. So that's where this all started from. So here's a couple of things that we've been doing that have been fun. They've been working, been able to get a good workout in. And yeah, so let's start from the top. What do we got here? So the simplest thing you can do is just take one piece of equipment, one kettlebell, one dumbbell, one band, and think of like 3 to 5 exercises that you can do with that band or that kettlebell, that dumbbell, and do them while you're walking outside. Now, this could be like the Peter style workout where like I gave him, I think it was 5-minute intervals. So walking or hiking for 5 minutes. And then once that, once that timer went off after 5 minutes, he would do the first exercise, or no, he would do the full round. So it would be like 3 or 4 exercises, do it, and then 5 more minute walk. So you get like those 3 or 4 exercises would be like a squat, a push up, which you don't need any equipment for. I think it was like a lunge and a row. And another thing to consider is stuff that you don't have to do on the floor. So if you're doing a row, like a bent over row is nice, avoiding stuff on your back, especially if you're like in the woods. Yeah, and had a lot of fun with that. What else do we do? Yeah, I mean, that was the like the basics, the genesis of it. And then when it came to Kathy, same kind of concept, except instead of doing 5-minute intervals, I literally just gave her a dumbbell and said, all right, we're going to walk this strip. Now, for anybody that hasn't been to Gabriel Fitness, where I currently work at in New Jersey, there's a nice little strip of, it's like an industrial park. So it's got like a long, wide road. And we kind of have our location towards the back quarter of that. So that quarter of a strip is what me and Kathy would use. It was roughly like maybe, I want to say it was like somewhere around 60 to 100 yards where walking it, no big deal. So we take a dumbbell, she'd hold it, we'd go down. When we got to the end, we would do 10 squats. Then when we walked back, we would do an upper body. So that squat side was the lower body side. And then when we walked back, we would do something upper body. So like bent over row again, or maybe a press overhead, or a press like a heart pumper out in front. I hope you guys that are on YouTube are appreciating my hand gestures to try and show you how this is done. Hopefully I don't get flagged for unsafe driving. Yeah, and then when we would go back, I would honestly just try and think of any different type of exercise in my head that I could possibly spit out. Like having clients like that is fun because they make you really think. It's very easy to get caught up in like just doing the same thing over and over and over again. But when you have somebody that's like, I'm bored, let's do something else, it really gets the creative juices flowing. Just like this student driver to my left is getting my anxiety going. Got to get out of the way. So yeah, me and Kathy would just go back and forth. So one side would be squats, lunges, RDLs, and then the other side when we walk back would be the rows, the presses, anything that you could possibly think of. Now you could even add in certain things like maybe plyometrics, like jumping. Okay, for anybody who hasn't had kids, this is a good idea. For those of you that have, just be ready to find a good spot to go pee afterwards. Regardless, okay, doing some jumping does work too. So you could do like jumping jacks, or you could do jump squats or seal jacks, anything like that. But yeah, again, do it if it is right for you. And then after that, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of what I've done, but I've also seen a lot of good stuff out of other trainers. Like one of the guys that I look up to, Ben Bruno, he trains people like Chelsea Handler, for any of you who like her comedy, Kate Upton, Patrick Beal, for any basketball fans. Those are like the big names. Phil, what from that Netflix show, Somebody Feed Phil, like that Phil Rosenthal, I think his last name is. Yeah, but anyway, Ben Bruno's really he has a deal with this company who makes all equipment for basically working out in the pool. So say you're a pool owner. Damn, I can't remember. I completely spaced on writing down the name of the company, but I will put it in the show notes. I literally just bought a barbell setup where it's like a barbell that you bring in the pool, and it uses the resistance of the water to make workouts a little bit harder. Now, let's say you don't want to drop, like, I think, what did I pay on that thing? I want to say it was like 140, 150 for that. But let's say you don't have the money for that, or you just don't want to go through the hassle of buying it. No biggie. You can get a lot done without any equipment when you're in the pool. When it comes to upper body, you just using the resistance of the water, doing like flies. So for any of you that don't know, like flies are like a big bear hug movement back and forth. And then say that you want to get the back into it too. Not only can you do the bear hugs forward, but you can push back, like when you're reaching to open up your chest, get your hands really wide. When you're reaching back there, do it fast. And that way you get work on the back end too. And that's one way you could do, like, pretty much you're mimicking a chest fly and a reverse fly back and forth, 2-for-1 combo, getting a lot of work done in a little bit of time. And that's going to send your heart rate through the roof if you really push it. And then when it comes to the legs, I think anybody who's checked out any like Freaks in Nature when it comes to combine stuff, you always see that one video of some freak athlete jumping out of a pool. Now, you can do that. Not saying you have to jump out of the pool, but doing jumps in the pool is great for the legs, and it's great for cardio too. And it's low impact. That's one of the big things when it comes to the pool stuff. Very low impact. It's like water aerobics is great for grandma and grandpa, but you can also take advantage of it. Like some of the swimmers that you see, like there's some of the most jacked people, like ripped people you'll see, because it's a great workout and it really doesn't beat up your joints. So on like recovery days or just days that you're not feeling that great, pool workouts could be a good option. So another example of something you can do outside of the gym. And then back to the pool thing. If for some reason you just can't think of other things to do for your legs, you could pop out of the pool. There's a thing called dry land training, which a lot of swimmers do. Okay, they get out of the pool and they do traditional weight training, and that's completely cool too. You can do back and forth as long as there's no slippage and you're not hurting yourself getting in and out of the pool. You could do like the bear hugs to flies and then hop out of the pool and do like some reverse lunges, and that's plenty. And then maybe even you could throw like a 10-second swimming sprint in, or just one lap. That would be a fun little 3 exercise combo to do. And yeah, but at the end of the day, the one thing that you want to think about when you're thinking of outdoor activities, like outdoor training, is just doing stuff that's different. Like, not saying change it up every single time. I'm saying find stuff that you really like to do that you can take advantage of in this section of the year. Like anybody that listened to I think it was last podcast or maybe the one before that, I talked about Dan John's seasons of training, how the beginning of the year is usually like getting in shape, getting the body fat down. Summertime is like enjoying it, maintaining. And then towards the later third of the year, that's like the bulking, getting stronger, all that stuff, while we have those extra calories and we're not moving around as much. We're in that summertime where we maintain and have fun. This is that time. So pick stuff that you can't do, that you can do outside that you normally couldn't, because we want to take full advantage. So that being said, I think that's pretty much all I have on this topic. And we'll cut it there, because I have a feeling we're probably going to get into that territory of where I am about to overheat my phone. So, and that's usually when the audio goes to complete shit. So we'll cut it here. Okay. Reminder, if you want in on that challenge, okay, or if you want in on that, sign up for that email list at coachfitz.com, and you will be able to get it first before anybody else. So I hope everybody learned a little something here, get something to take away and try. I hope everybody here has an amazing week coming up, and I will see you guys next week.